From NBC News, this is Today.
Time now for today's beauty and achieving eyebrow perfection.
That's right. You pluck, you cut, you thread, you wax, but whatever you do, you can't seem to create the right shape for your face. Well, not to worry anymore because Sania
Vucetaj
is here to help. She's the owner of Sania's Brow Bar right here in New York City. We're so glad that you are here.
Yes, we are. I went just last month.
Did you?
Yes, I did. She's the best.
The eyebrows frame the face. Isn't that what they say?
Yes, they do.
Okay.
It's the focal point of the whole face, so they've got to be.
All right, why don't we get started? Because you found people on the plaza who were just wandering around and you decided to fix them, right? First up's Olivia. You said the issue with Olivia, this is her before, is that she overplucked, right?
She did, and they're also a little light, a little too thin, and a bit uneven.
Okay.
Her left side is a little higher, so the right side looks a little more, it drags down the eye a bit.
All right, let's look at the after and see what you did to Olivia.
See what a difference it makes?
What a difference.
What do you think when you look at it now?
I like them.
Yeah.
And so what did you do? How did you make the overplucked one not look overplucked?
Well, what I did is, the overplucked one, I added a little bit of a pencil right through the area and just kind of add it through here, and then feather in a little bit of powder right through there, just to camouflage and make it look very natural.
I see. All right, that sounds good.
And if you go to Sania's bar, not the bar, not that you heard, her brow bar, it takes just a few minutes. She's just and you're out and you're transformed.
All right, we're going on to Liz. Liz had, and let's look at her before picture. Liz had the wrong shaped brows. What do you mean by wrong shape? What's wrong here?
They were overdone. The center was pulled too far apart. The inside was too round. I mean, this is a common problem with most women. They overdo the center.
So here's the after. Okay, so let's do that.
See, the arch is at the right spot now.
Because how did you change the arch? Isn't that weird?
You know what? You just kind of lift and take away from here, but then you add pencil and powder in the right area. That's key. Even if your brows aren't perfect, you can achieve the perfect look by adding in.
How do you know how do you hit the right color? Because sometimes you know people, they have the darker.
The best thing to do is the pencil should be a shade lighter than your brow, and then the powder should match exactly. So that way it camouflages everything.
So you pencil it first, then you do the powder thing? Okay. And it makes such a difference.
It really, truly does. Okay.
All right, so next.
No, the worst thing she says you can never do is get one of those multi magnifying mirror.
Why?
Because you see everything.
Oh, when you start plucking,
yes, you deforest your face.
All right, so you found Sania on the plaza too. She waxed hers recently. What do you think about waxing eyebrows, by the way?
This is the thinnest skin in the body, so it can actually stretch the area, so you don't want to do it. Plus, the precision isn't there because wherever the wax is, you kind of pull it off.
You're
and
going to take something off you don't want to.
Okay, so this is Sania before. What was wrong again with her before?
They were too round.
Too round. Let's see again the before.
And the center was also overdone.
Okay, this is the before, right? Okay. And
they don't look even either.
Yeah. Okay, let's see the after.
What
a difference.
Yeah.
Okay, so what did you do?
So what I did with her is I opened up the arch a little bit in here, and I lifted a little bit in here because it was too deep, added a little pencil above, and there you go. It's not a lot, but it's enough to make a difference.
Okay. Now,
good job.
That's an awesome one. Okay, it makes such a difference.
It really does.
So everything you're doing is just with a pencil and
color.
color.
Yeah, you fix the problems. I have a scar. That's how I started this whole thing, and I camouflaged my own. So
she learned how to do it by fixing herself.
All right. So now the next is the overgrown issue. You found Jessica, right? And let's look at Jessica's before. Okay. So tell us the issue again here.
Her brows are just kind of straight. Nothing going on there.
Yeah.
Center's a little too far apart. That's probably where she focuses most on.
Okay.
So with her as well. Just kind of clean up a little bit, lift.
Look, there's a big difference.
And just open up the eyes.
Isn't that weird how that a little thing can make such a difference? What if you're one of those people who overplucks? Because we talk about that a lot. What can you do? You've already done it, and then what?
You know what? You have to give it at least 6 months without actually tweezing anything. A little bit underneath the corners. It will come back in.
They will come back?
It can take even a year, but it's worth it.
Don't people also pluck the wrong direction? They'll pluck the opposite way than the hair is growing.
Yeah,
this is the way to pluck it the right way.
Let's get a tight shot of this because this is the whole thing right here.
That way.
In the direction of the growth.
Yeah.
And what if they're too long? Is that what we're doing next? Is that Okay, let's go to the guys with the crazy male brows. Nick had crazy male brows. Let's get his before. They don't look too crazy. They look a little nutty.
Those dimples are crazy.
All right, so what was up with Nick's brows?
Nick's, they were a little overdone, and most guys that have brows like Nick's tend to tweeze, over wax, whatever they do, and make them too feminine-like. So with Nick's, I decided to just groom them kind of straight, where it's very natural looking.
Wow, Calvin Klein model, baby.
What does Nick's wife think of the new brows?
You know what? I like it.
You do?
It doesn't look feminine or anything.
No.
And He looks natural, clean, and
Nick,
he looks very well groomed.
Do you do anything with your brows normally?
Every now and then, I try to go and get them done, but
Oh, you do?
yeah, I get nervous though because my friends always break my chops. But I think it's like I try to keep them looking as natural as possible.
You can't be too careful around here, you know.
Right. Sonia, thank you.
Sonia,
Thank you
wow,
so
so
much
good
for
to
having
see you,
me.
darling. You know what? Don't let your daughters do their own at first. Take them to somebody like Sonia, because I wouldn't let Cass. She finally got them done, and what a difference it makes.
And what about the threading, real quick? Do you like the threading with the two?
It's better than the waxing, but it's also not as precise.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, great.